Good morning students. Today also I am going to teach the same chapter real numbers. So children, take your real numbers note, chapter 2 note and start to write. The previous class I have given some home assignment, 2 problems I have given home assignment. Have you all completed? Okay. Now I am going to teach example 2.15. The same model, one problem already we have completed. Next problem, example 2.15. Represent 3.45 bar on the number line up to 4 decimal places. Represent 3.45 bar on the number line up to 4 decimal place. First, 3.45 bar. 3.45 bar. 3.45 bar means how can we write it? It is a rational number. How can we write it? 3.45, 45, etc. Is it correct? 3.45, etc. Here the question, up to 4 decimal places. Up to 4 decimal places means after the decimal point we have to correct to 4 decimal places. So we can write it 3.45. This is correct to 4 decimal places. This is correct to 4 decimal places. Afterwards we have to draw a number line. Number line. First we have to draw a line. Number line, how can we mark it? 0 in the middle. Next, here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The left hand side, before 0, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. Now check this number 3.45 bar. 3.45 bar is between 3.45 bar, 3.4545. These numbers between 3 and 4. So we have to mark 3 and 4. So we have to mark 3 and 4. Again we have to draw a number line. Here, which number we marked? 3 and 4. The numbers between 3.4545. These numbers between 3 and 4. So, we have to mark 3 and 4. Then, we have to start from 3. 3. After, we have to write 3.1. 3.2. 3.3. 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9, 3.9 after. Yeah, very good. 4, 3.9 after 4 we have to write. Now check this number 3.4545 etc. These numbers between 3.4 and 3.5. 3.4 and 3.5. So we have to mark 3.4 and 3.5. 3.4 and 3.5 we have to mark. Now before that itself we have to join 3 to 3 and 4 to 4. 3 to 3, 4 to 4. Now these numbers between 3.4 and 3.5. We marked that 3.4 and 3.5. Next, again we have to draw a number line. Again we have to draw a number line. And start from what we marked. What we marked here? 3.4 and 3.5. So, we have to start from 3.4. We have to start from 3.4. 3.4 after 3.41, 3.42, 3.43, 3.44, 3.45, 3.46, 3.47, 3.48, 3.49 after 3.5. 3.49 after 3.5. Now what we have to do? Join 3.4 to 3.4, 3.5 to 3.5. 3.4 to 3.4, 3.5 we have to join to 3.5. Now check these numbers. These numbers between 3.4545 is between 3.45 and 3.46. These numbers between 3.45 and 3.46. So we have to mark 3.45 and 3.46. These numbers between 3.45 and 3.46. Now I marked that 3.45 and 3.46. Next again we have to draw a number line. And what we marked here? 3.45 we marked here. Start from 3.45. 3.45 after 3.451, 3.452, 3.453, 3.454, 3.456, 3.457, 3.458, 3.459, 3.459 after 3.46. Very good. 3.46. 3.459 after 3.46. Then what we have to do? Join 3.45 to 3.45 and 3.46 to 3.46. 3.46 to 3.46. Clear? Have you understand this? Next, these numbers between 3.454 and 3.455. These numbers between 3.454 and 3.455. 3.455, 456, 7, 8, 3.459, 3.46. So these numbers between 3.454 and 3.455. Mark these two number. Mark 3.454 and 3.455. 4, 5, 6. Next, again we have to draw a number line up to 4 places of decimal. Up to 4 places of decimal means again one more number line we have to draw it. What we have to do? What we marked here? 3.454. So we have to start from 3.454. Afterwards 3.4541, 3.4542, 3.4543, 3.4544, 3.4545, 3.4546, 3.4547, 3.4548, 3.4549, 3.4549 after. Yeah, 3.455, 3.459 after 3.455. Now what we have to do? Yeah, we have to join 3.454 to 3.454 and join 3.455 to 3.455. Now what is the question? Question. Represent 3.45 bar on the number line up to 4 places of decimal. Now what is that? What is the number? 3.4545. Whether that number is here 3.4545. Yeah, 3.4545. These numbers we have to mark. We have to mark this number. This number only we have to represent in the number line. Have you understand? Have you understand? Shall we do one more problem? Okay. Exercise 2.4. First problem. Represent the following numbers on the number line. The first and third problem you have to do homework. Now I'm going to teach second problem. 6.4 bar up to. Represent 6.4 bar up to 3 places of decimal. We have to represent this on the number line up to 3 places of decimal. First, 6.4 bar. 6.4 bar means 6.4, 4, 4, etc. Is it? Next, here we have to write correct 3 places of decimal. How we can write up to 3 places of decimal? 6.444. This is correct to 3 decimal places. This is correct to 3 decimal places. Then we have to start the number line. First we have to draw a number line. First how we got to start the number line? Okay. Draw a number line. 0 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Anyway, up to 7. 7, 8 also you can write it. Up to 7 compulsory you have to write. These numbers between 6 and 7. So, we have to write at least up to 7 we have to write it. Now these numbers between 6 and 7. 6 points some number. Therefore these numbers between 6 and 7. So we have to mark these 6 and 7. Next, again we have to draw a number line. Start from 6. 6 after 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.4, 6.5, 6.6, 6.7, 6.8, 6.9, 6.9 after? Okay, 7. 6.9 after what number? 7. Now check these numbers. 6.444 between 6.4, 6.4 and 6.5. So we have to mark 6.4 and 6.5. We have to mark the number 6.4 and 6.5. Next what we have to do? Join 6 to 6 and 7 to 7. 6 to 6 and 7 to 7. Then what we have to do? Again we got to draw a number line. Again we got to draw a number line. Again we got to draw a number line. Start from which number we marked? 6.4 and 6.5. So start from 6.4. 6.4 after 6.41. Next 6.42. Next 6.43. Next 6.44. Next 6.45. Next 6.46. Next 6.47. Next 6.48. 6.49. 6.49 after 6.5. Very good. 6.49 after 6.5. Next step what we got to do? Join 6.4 to 6.4 and 6.5 to 6.5. 6.4 to 6.4 and 6.5 to 6.5. 6.4 to 6.4 and 6.5 to 6.5. Now these numbers between this 6.444 between 6.44 and 6.45. 6.44 and 6.45. That two numbers we have to mark it. Next what we have to do? Again we didn't get this number, is it? Only up to 2 places of decimal only is here. We have to find out up to 3 places of decimal. So one more time we have to draw a number line. Number line and start from 6.44. What we marked here? 6.44. Start. Afterwards 6.441. 6.441. Next 6.442. Next 6.443. 6.444. 6.445. 6.446. 6.447. 6.448. 6.449. 6.449 after Yeah, 6.45. 6.49 at 5 after 449 after 6.45. Now what we have to do? Join 6.44 to 6.44. And 6.45 to 6.45. What is the question? Which number we have to represent? 6.444. 6.4 bar up to 3 places of decimal. That means 6.444. So we have to mark the number is, this is 6.444. 6.4 bar up to 3 places of decimal. We have to mark this number. This only we have to represent. Have you understand this? Can you do 2 more problem for homework? Okay. Students, up to this much only. In the second lesson, up to this much only, you have the test portions. You know already, you know very well. So, study thoroughly. Choose the best answers from book back. The first lesson as well as second lesson. Book back, choose the best answer. You have to mark the choose the best answers and study thoroughly. Okay. Now, I am going to teach the continuation. Next portion I am going to teach. Radical notation. Radical notation. First, n be a positive integer. One positive integer. And r be a real number. Real number positive or negative, real number. If r power n is equal to x, if we can write r power n is equal to x, then r is called nth root of x. R is called nth root of x. This r power n is equal to x, we can write nth root of x is equal to nth root of this. We have to read nth root. Nth root of x is equal to r. This is which notation? Index notation. Index, fractional index. This one radical notation. This r power n is equal to x. We can write as nth root of x is equal to r. We can write as nth root of x is equal to r. Here, this nth root of x, nth root is called a radical. Nth root of x is called a radical. This nth root is called a radical. Inside having value, this value n is index. N is the index. N is the index of the radical. N is the index. This is radical notation. Radical. N is the index of the radical. Then x is called radicand. X is called radicand. X is called radicand. Okay. N is index. This we can say index. N is index. This symbol is radical sign. This symbol is radical sign. Inside the radical sign having value radicand. Here it is radicand. Then this is number. That is equal to r is the number. One example. Cube root of. This we have to read cube root of. This one nth root of. Here 3 is there. So we can read cube root of 8 is equal to 2. Cube root of 8 is equal to 2. This here 3 is index. 3 is the index. Here we can say 3 is the index. Next, cube root. Cube root is radical. Radical. This one cube root is radical. 8 is inside the root having value is radicand. 2 is the number. Have you understand this? Okay, have you understand that? Next, fractional index. fractional index, we have the relationship between radical and fractional index. Nth root of x we can write as x power 1 by n. Nth root of x we can write as x power 1 by n. First power 2 power x is equal to 64. How we can write in radical notation and index notation? How we have to read this? I am going to teach this power 2 power 6 is equal to 64. You know that 2 power 6 is equal to 64. How we can write this in radical notation and index notation? How we have to read that? This 2 power 6 is equal to 64. We can write 2 is equal to 6th root of 64. 2 is equal to 6th root of 64. This is power form. This is radical notation. How we can write this in the index notation? 2 is equal to 64 power 1 by 6. Otherwise, 64 power 1 by 6 is equal to 2. 2 power 6 is equal to 64. We can write as 2 is equal to 6th root of 64. Our index notation how can be write? 2 is equal to 64 power 1 by 6. How we have to read it? Read this. 2 is the 6th root of 64. 2 is the 6th root of 64. 2 is the 6th root of 64. Next one. 2 power 5 is equal to 32. How we can write this in radical notation? 2 is equal to same like that. 5th root of 32. Index notation how can we write it? 2 is equal to 32 power 1 by 5. How we can read this? 2 is the 5th root of 32. 2 is the 5th root of 32. 2 is the 5th root of 32. Next, 2 power 4 is equal to 16. 2 power 4 is equal to 16. How can we write it? 2 is equal to 4th root of 16. 2 is equal to 4th root of 16. Index notation. 2 is equal to 16 power 1 by 4. How can we read this? 2 is the 4th root of 16. 2 is the 4th root of 16. Next, 2 cube is equal to 8. How can we write? 2 is equal to cube root of 8. Index notation. 2 is equal to 8 power 1 by 3. Next, how can we write this? 2 is the third root of 2 is the cube root of 8. Otherwise, third root. Like that also we can read. Next, 2 square is equal to 4. How can we write it? 2 is equal to square root of 4. This we can write like this also. Square root of 4. Here no numbers given means we have to mean that 2 is there. Square root of 4. Otherwise, in index notation how can we write it? 2 is equal to 4 power 1 by 2. This can be read as 2 is the square root of 4. Can you understand this? Can you able to understand this? This is power. Next, radical notation index notation. How we have to read that? 2 power 6 is equal to 64 means 2 is equal to 6th root of 64. Index notation. 2 is equal to 64 power 1 by 6. Have you understand this? Okay. 2 problem I am going to give home assignment. You have to do easy problem. Represent the following numbers on the number line. Exercise 2.4. First question, first and third problem. Second problem already we have completed in the classwork. You have to do these 2 problem as a homework. First problem 5.348. Third problem 4.73 bar up to 4 places of decimal. Up to 4 places of decimal means 4.7373. Can you do these 2 problem as a home assignment? Okay, do this 2 problem. Test portion already you know very well. Study thoroughly. Choose the correct answer. Book back, choose the correct answer. You find out the answer and study thoroughly. Thank you, students.